Finding Nebo podcast. We are your hosts, Lindsay Hughes
and Seth Sorensen.
We are so glad you are joining us today. We have a special guest, Erin Kamai. Did I say that right?
Yes.
I think I practiced 10 times. From United Way, and we are going to talk about all things United Way and charitable giving.
Yeah, we're very excited to have you here. We appreciate you coming. We know this was, a difficult thing to squeeze in, and we appreciate you being here.
Yeah, no, thank you guys so much for having me. I'm glad to be here.
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
So my name is Erin Kamai. I have been working with United Way for about a year. Recently just graduated from BYU about a year ago. So that's been kind of fun getting into the corporate world and working with a, big job, big girl job kind of a thing, and not having to worry about homework and stuff. So it's been fun doing that.
That's good.
Yeah, I love working with United Way, and in my spare time, I love hiking, being outdoors, and doing all those fun things and traveling. So yeah.
Good.
Great.
And we've been working with United Way for a very long time. I've had the privilege of working with Erin for the last year. So we do what is called in Nebo School District a charitable giving campaign. What does that mean? What does that do for United Way?
Yeah, so United Way, we partnered with the Nebo School District for several years, and we're so very grateful for the partnership we have with the Nebo School District. But with the giving campaign, basically what that is, it's a time for Nebo campaign to kind of partner up with United Way and kind of focus on a specific month of giving back to the local community and partnering with United Way to give back to other nonprofits, to give back to United Way, to give back to the foundation, and kind of partner together to help the community and the families that we serve.
So on that note, could you explain to our listeners and our viewers a little bit about what United Way is for those that may not know?
Yeah, for sure. So United Way, we kind of do a lot of different things, but kind of to just give a basic rundown, United Way, we're a local nonprofit that serves the local area, Utah County area, and our three biggest focuses is we focus on financial stability for families in the local community. We focus on childhood literacy, and the other thing that we focus on is mental health among youth and children. And so with that, what we do is we create specific programs in order to curb some of the issues and problems that are going on in each of those three areas. And how we do that is we actually run a community assessment every 3 years where we try to figure out, okay, what are the issues that are plaguing the Utah County families and individuals? And so we'll pull data from the census, we'll pull surveys, we'll run surveys, we'll pull out a ton of different research and stuff, put that all together in order to create this community assessment. And from that assessment, we'll figure out, okay, these are the top 3 issues, or these are the top issues that are plaguing Utah County families within each of those different sectors that we focus on.
So you're using real-time data as you do that.
And every 3 years, we'll use that data in order to look at it and say, okay, how are our programs helping combat those? Do we need to readjust our programs to focus on fighting those new issues that are coming up? Or do we need to create new programs? And the other really cool thing that we do is we'll also look at okay, is there another local nonprofit that's actually curbing this issue or fighting this issue already? And rather than trying to create a new program that's exactly the same thing another nonprofit is doing, we'll partner with that nonprofit and kind of combine efforts and really amplify their efforts in order to help combat those issues.
I love hearing about that because we want nothing more than our communities to be successful, our students to be successful. And you talked about literacy, which we know that if our children are literate, they can be successful. Financial stability, and then mental health. If we are not healthy mentally, we can't be successful.
Yes.
And we know that one's probably amped up in the last few years, probably since COVID, where we've all seen a little bit of a tank in mental health. Tell me about. I first love that you're not in competition with any other nonprofits, which is brilliant. We don't want to be in competition with anybody. Who are you partnering with right now that you saw with your last 3-year community evaluation that has been successful?
Yeah, we partner with a lot of different nonprofits in the community. Specifically, we work a lot with the Refuge that helps domestic violence victims and stuff. So we do a lot of work with them and referring families, because a lot of families that are struggling with financial stability, or a lot of kids that are struggling with like reading and stuff, there's a lot of issues going on in the home. And so in order to kind of combat those issues that are going on in the classroom, we need to fix those issues going on at home. So we work a lot with the refuge, we work a lot with like kids on the move, we work a lot with the school districts like you guys and stuff, and social workers and stuff to kind of help families. We work with our Sub for Santa program in order to help those families during specific holiday seasons. Just a lot of different efforts go on.
Well, and the thing that I think is so important about what you're talking about is we're educators, right? We're good at teaching kids. We're good at helping fulfill that need. But we can't do that if those other needs aren't met. If you think back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs, those are all the base of that pyramid, right? Those are the foundational needs that kids have to have in place before any learning or anything else can take place.
Yeah,
exactly.
So you really try and get down to the root cause of the issue. Like, yes, we want to help here and here and here, but if we don't actually fix what's happening at the root cause, none of the other things can get fixed.
Yeah, and something that's also really important with all of our programs, what we really try to focus on as well, is we're all about preventing issues from getting worse. And so we always like to share a story of like, there was a city and they lived on the edge of a cliff, and the kids kept falling off the cliff. And so the people were like, oh, well, let's get an ambulance to help take care of those kids. And instead, there was somebody in the city that was like, no, let's put a fence up so that those kids don't get hurt in the first place, and we don't need to use an ambulance to take them to the hospital. And so that's kind of the same thing that we kind of focused on at United Way, is we're really focused on like, okay, how do we prevent, third grade literacy rates from getting to the point where, 40% of kids are not meeting that benchmark. We got to focus on efforts and, reading and child development and stuff before that in order to make sure that's not an issue.
Absolutely.
And that's critical. And that goes back to something that General Eisenhower used to say. And I'm a history nerd, but he used to talk about how it's easier to prevent a city from being taken than it is to try to retake the city. And it's kind of that same principle where it's easier to try to prevent students from falling behind in reading, to do the interventions, to do all of those things, to keep them on grade level, than it is to try to fill that gap. And so I think that's
what we're doing in the schools now too, is we finally, I think it took a minute for us to realize, like, wait a minute, it's tier 1 instruction that's really going to help our students, not the interventions after they're not mastering the content. Like, let's step up our tier 1, let's make that incredible. Let's figure out that maybe we're the issue, not them. And then if we need an intervention, then fine. But really stepping up that tier 1.
Yeah, completely addressing the cause, not the result.
Yeah, absolutely. So we have decided in Nebo School District this month to do our charitable giving, our month of giving. And we are asking employees to either do a monthly charitable contribution or just a one-time to help the communities in which we live. Where can the money go? And we've changed it a little bit this year. I asked Erin, I said, okay, we want to be able to offer that in our payroll deduction, and we want to make it a little bit easier. So we focused on just a few of the areas that United Way helps with. So which areas can employees donate to?
Yeah, so employees are able to give back to the Nebo School District Foundation, and they're also able to give back to United Way, specifically those 3 different areas that I talked about. So financial stability, mental health for youth and children, and then also childhood literacy. And I think the other option that we had as well is the community center down in Payson as well that they're able to give back to.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Yes.
That was actually a pretty big endeavor. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we just barely opened up a community center down in Payson probably about a year and a half ago, and it's been amazing. We've had a community center open in the Provo area probably for about the past 15 to 16 years, and we've seen such great success in how well it's run and how popular it is with families and stuff that we decided to open one up in the Payson area. And kind of the thing that with those community centers is we really try to create programs that are kind of curbing those 3 different issues that I talked to you guys about. So there's classes, all of the classes are free. They're free for adults. We have like budgeting, financial stability kind of classes where parents can learn and individuals can learn, how to create a budget, how to learn more about like the banking system. We have classes that help families with learning how to speak English, write in English, and then we also have mostly focused on kids classes helping in the STEM area and reading area and stuff, because really what we're wanting to do is really try to create this partnership with the school district and really helping kids, be able to get help inside the classroom, but also help outside of the classroom if they need that extra help. And so our community centers are geared around helping students find success inside and outside of the classroom.
That's awesome. So students in our district can go to that Payson Community Center. You don't just have to live in Payson.
Yeah, no. So anywhere, if you live anywhere, you're able to come to that community center and partake in any of those classes. We have tons of awesome classes. A lot of kids are joining, and it's been so fun to be able to see how much it has grown in the past year and a half, and it's been great. The families there are awesome.
And how can our community members find out what classes are available and what resources are available?
Yeah, so probably the best way to do that is to go to just our website, United Way of Utah County, and on there will be a button where they can click on community centers, and there will be a specific button for the Payson Community Center, and on there it will have the list of classes that we offer every single semester. All of our classes are semester-long classes, and they sign up at the beginning of each semester. And even then, if some of our classes are still open and not filled up, they can still join halfway in between the semester as well.
Awesome. And it is like a stone's throw from Taylor Elementary.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right across from
Super close.
like the city center, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Where the
Yep.
police department.
Station.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it is a really cool
Mm-hmm.
little space that United Way has made for our area,
Mm-hmm.
for not just our school district, but for our area, which is amazing. Anything else that our employees or patrons in this area need to know about United Way or our month of giving?
I guess I would just first off start off with saying just thank you guys so much for the partnership that we have and for all the help. We love the Nebo School District. We love the families here, and you guys have been so generous in, helping us get started with the community center and stuff. And it's people like you and the teachers and stuff that give back to the local community that help make that happen and help our kids and the families in this area be able to succeed and have happy, thriving lives. And so I would just encourage you guys with this upcoming month of giving for the Nebo School District, if you guys are in a position to do so, to be able to give back, whether that's to the foundation or to United Way or any of those programs that stand out to you, because especially with, the times that we're in, families are struggling and things are getting really hard. And so being able to give back, if you're able to do so, we appreciate it, and we want to continue helping families.
Well, Erin, we really appreciate you being here with us and taking time to share about United Way and the projects that you're involved with. And we hope that our listeners will take the time to go on, do a little bit of research, and figure out where you can help out.
Absolutely. We want to encourage you for the month of November to give. And if that is monetarily, great. If that's in service, awesome. There are so many ways to give throughout our community. But one of the starting points would be United Way of Utah County. So check there. But again, we have a lot of different nonprofits that are really helping the people in our community. So we would encourage you to give in whatever capacity you can. And again, Erin, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much.
Okay, we'll see you next time.